And yes, Jewel, I do have an Amazon playlist for you, so I will drop the link into the chat for you. You guys can all download my amazing playlist.
Good.
Excellent. So welcome to day 3 of Sing Your Heart Song Summit. Super excited today, for our amazing lineup of speakers. I'm super honored to present to you our next speaker all the way from Germany. It's amazing that we can be worldwide on this little screen. So excited to introduce you to the next speaker, Petra Contrada, and she is the founder and CEO of the Thrive and Win Success Academy. She's an international speaker, author, trainer, mentor, and vibrational energy expert. I love that. And she is super passionate about helping heart-led entrepreneurs, soul-driven leaders, and change makers to be the change, to thrive and win. And, I consider myself a heart-centered entrepreneur. I think many of you here are exploring that kind of heart-centered, heart-led mission, your heart song. And, she's got an interesting talk topic today called Blow Away Your Money Blocks for Good. So I can't wait to hear what Petra has to share with us. So Petra, welcome to our summit and take it away.
Okay, thank you so much, Olivia, and thank you so much, Steve, for inviting me here today. And I'm so delighted that I'm immediately following my dear friend Susan, and my book coach and mentor, my editor. So I love Susan. So if you would ever want to write a book, Susan is the person to go to. Last year I was co-authoring a book, and she did such a great job with editing my section. And this year we will do the same. Looking forward to that, Susan. Good. So, break your abundance blocks or money blocks for good. I said money blocks, but it's abundance. And let me start with a quote. The essential is visible to the eye. Quantum physics and energetic psychology show us more and more that energy is everything. And that is exactly what works. It is our frequency and our vibration and energy that mainly makes our success in life and in business, and is key for letting abundance flow into our life. And Albert Einstein already knew that. The topic is no longer only something for the spiritual, so-called spiritual scene or strange esoterics. We recognize more and more that we are on the threshold of new times, and that old approaches are less and less effective. So you are here because you are interested in writing a book, to letting your heart song sing. And then you may be sitting at your desk wondering, when will that happen? You're sitting on your desk and nothing is coming out. You feel those block. You are lying awake in your bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, worrying about, how can I pay my bill next month? You have taken seminars and courses and paid a lot of money and time hoping to create that book, that business, and you still have not realized it. So what have people that have manifested, have realized things in their life, and have abundance and success flowing into their lives in common? What do people that live in a life full of abundance and other successful entrepreneurs have? What you don't, may not have. It is the unconscious knowledge of energy and how important it is to remove and or release energetic misalignments and blockages that hold us back. And I would not be surprised if some of them are, these people who work, who are already successful and draw what they have in their lives, know exactly how to use these important elements that most of us neglect or not even are aware of their possibilities. So imagine what is possible when you are aware of energy, your vibration, its impact to your finances, your creativity, your relationship, and the opportunities coming to you, being drawn to you, the people that will be drawn to you. Today, I'll talk about what it takes to be in the flow of abundance. And let's be clear, I'm not only talking about having more money. Abundance blocks and misaligned vibrations can cause lack of creativity, affect your relationships, your opportunities, and much, much more. And I'm going to show you what you can do to have your magic shine, to thrive and win at all you do. So let me introduce myself a little bit more. As Olivia said, I'm Petra Contrada. I'm a native German. I used to live 20 years in the United States. I'm a success and lifestyle trainer and coach, vibrational healer, spiritual rebel, #1 Amazon bestselling author, international speaker, and mentor to heart-led leaders that are ready to step up and have more abundance, impact, and influence in the world. I'm looking back to my childhood. I grew up in a perfectly normal, dysfunctional family. My parents had a lot of money problems, but they worked hard, and money was always an issue. And it was I was, to come what Steve says, I was also an ugly duckling. Not so pretty like my sister, my older sister. She looked like, at that time, when we grew up, she looked like one of the famous German actors of the time. And I was a bit chubby and more of a tomboy than that cute girl. And maybe that's why I chose a worldly career in the beauty industry. That took me to live in Egypt, training in Paris, London, and New York. And I worked my way up to the top in the beauty industry and became a sought-after international trainer. So why was that? How did the ugly duckling manage to become so successful? Very early in my life as ugly duckling, I found deep interest in the fields of spirituality and energy work. At age 8, I wanted to become a nun. Thanks God I didn't become a nun. At age 12, I found a yoga book and taught myself yoga. With 18, I had my first spiritual teacher who taught me about deeper meditation and working with energy. And I applied what I learned, flowing with the energy. This knowledge helped me to step out of the crowd in 1992 when I was one of only 3 out of 300 employees of a company I worked with in Germany that were hired to New York. Wow, New York City. Wow, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. So I landed in New York, continuing my work in the international training field, and I met the love of my life, my wonderful husband, Michael Contrada. Together, we have a lovely daughter, Maria Gloria, now 25 years old, and the universe blessed me with my soulmate, who is, guess what? An incredible spiritual teacher, light worker, and an advanced healer. So over the last 26 years, we are celebrating our 26, or we just celebrated our 26th wedding anniversary on May 12th. I was exposed to deep energy work, spirituality, because I married my spiritual teacher and my soulmate, and we are living this amazing life. And that also enables me, to help people so much in those fields. So life was not always smooth. After the 9/11 tragedy, I had to transition into real estate and running very soon my own successful business, finally rekindling my true passion then 6-7 years ago, when I had a truly enlightened experience and I shifted my life completely, doing what I'm doing today, helping people have success through personal and spiritual development. And I'm combining my tremendous experience in the corporate world and the success as business owner with my over 5 decades of working with the field of vibrational energy and the invisible world. And today, authority leaders, influencers, and people like you hire me to be the change, most because you overthink, underfeel, and you forget missing key opportunities in life and business. And I help you to dig deep to unleash your magic and launch a powerful life full of abundance, freedom, and fun. So Many of you undervalue yourself and have fear of failure. Some of you panic and worry about what is coming in my future. Most of you overthink, underfeel, and for missing key opportunities in life. So now let's look today how I can provide you with some proven, simple, high effective technique and tools that will help you to raise your awareness and abundance. And you may begin to expand your vision to discover greater unimagined possibilities. So you will walk away today with the knowledge about energetic elements that influence your success and abundance, more clarity about what blocks and what are the vibrations that are holding you back, and then also possibilities how to release them. You will also have the opportunity to connect with me further to see how I can support you beyond today. So I just wanted to see in the chat if there are any questions already thrown up. No, nothing yet. So people are interested in hearing more. Yes, now we are coming to that. So welcome. And again, I'm excited to be here with you. And my mission is to inspire 1 million leaders to expand their impact to thrive and win true, fulfilled, and abundant life. Those who can see the invisible can do the impossible. And I wanted to give you some more on in-depth of energy and what can cause all these blocks that you experiences in your finances, not writing your book, doing this and that, and not attracting the proper relationship. So I would like to share my screen. Is that possible? Yes, it is. Wonderful. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, let's talk about abundance breakthroughs and how to blast your money blocks away for good. And I want you to take a piece of paper. And I would love you to take note. Let's go and see what is your state of abundance. Most of us, and that's why I said in the beginning, I grew up in a normal dysfunctional family. Most of them have money problems. You know, the middle-class families, they had and have now even more, especially after the last year, problems with finances. And consciously or subconsciously, we as kids or kids today, you know, are exposed to the lack of abundance, what happened in the family. So let's take a look. You know, I want you to write down on a scale of 1 to 10. How, and 1 is the least problematic and 10 is the most problematic. How problematic are money issues as a whole for you at this point? Write down on a scale from 1 to 10. If you want, you can also share it with us in the chat. But if you do not want to share that, that's okay too, because we want to keep our privacy. So next, on a scale from 1 to 10, how stressed are you about finances, your finances? Write it down on a scale from 1 to 10. How, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you feel blocked from being creative? Write it down. Oh, you know, I see Helen, and Steve, you know, putting their numbers in the chat. So it's quite interesting to see. This is not surprising. Most of us feel like this. So then, well, how much on a scale from 1 to 10 do you feel not achieving the results of your efforts? On a scale from 1 to 10, how embarrassed are you about your financial issues? How difficult is it from a, you know, scale from 1 to 10, how difficult is it for you to saving money? How out of control are you? Is your money? Do you feel are you of your money situation? How out of control do you feel? Yeah. And then money controls your happiness. How much do you feel that You are hopeless of feeling, be happy. How much control do you feel that money has over your happiness on a scale from 1 to 10? A 2 means money has no effect, and 10 means money makes you, it makes you totally unhappy, your lack of. Okay, so how hopeless are you on a scale from 1 to 10 of ever having enough money? So if you experienced in one or more of these issues, a level between 1 and up to 10, then you most likely have a lot of limiting beliefs around money, lack of positive vibration, and conflict with positive and negative vibrations. So what does that mean? Let's talk a little bit about understanding energy. I said earlier already, energy is everything. Some in the physical form, and some are invisible. And if you experience a high level of, as I said before, on the scale 4 and up, on the scale from 1 to 10, in some of these issues that we just discussed, there is a lot of vibrational energy not in alignment that causes problems, issues that you on your own will not, or will be very difficult to release. So you are pure energy, and we all have energy fields around us. You probably know it. We have an aura. Energy is also called chi, Qi in China, prana in India, and the physical body is energy in the form of matter. So we have the physical body, and around us are the invisible energy bodies, and spirits. So, and what is blocking your abundance? That is your vibrations and emotions. We, over the course of a lifetime, we, through our belief systems, through our engagements, to the things what are happening with us, through our thoughts and emotions, we are experiencing vibrational issues in the body and our subconsciousness. We experience a lack, and they develop over time, a lack of positive vibrations or conflict with positive vibrations, and we experience a presence of negative vibrations in our energy fields. So, and we are not conscious about it. Some people are, when you know about it, but most people don't know. So there are underlying causes for vibrations that cause you from not gaining the money, from not being creative, from always hitting the ceiling and not doing what you know you should do. You cannot help it, because these emotions, these vibrations are constantly blocking and preventing you from moving forward. So what are these emotions that are, what are emotions in general? So emotions are very useful, and they make life colorful. We have positive emotions. We are happy. We experience life. Yes, they are pure vibrating energy. Our emotions are caused by our thoughts, and they are generated also in organs and glands. You probably heard that anger is linked to the liver. Fear is linked to kidneys. So these are very general information that most people know more or less, but we are not aware of how much is it affecting our whole being, everything what we experience in life, and everything what flows in or out into our lives. So emotions are very essential, but when you have negative emotions, there is a high possibility that they get trapped, especially when they are intense emotions. Emotional energy can get stuck in your body, and that's why we call them trapped emotions. And these trapped emotions, they cause that the energy flow from inside out is lacking, missing. And I experienced this with so many of my clients. they have so many ideas, so many things that they want to do, and always hit that roadblock that they are not moving forward and have no idea, no clue why. Me included, I've been there. And I'm still working on some issues too. I want to, it's very important that we start to release our emotional baggage. And I work with something, I don't know if you may have heard about it, the emotion code and body code, which is a technique that is developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson. He is a former chiropractor, and he developed this over 25 years. This is an incredible tool that helps us to become our best selves and to get rid of these trapped emotions, the underlying causes for negative vibrations that we have, and also the positive vibrations that are in misalignment with our energy. So we have here a double-edged sword. Trapped emotions affect us emotionally and physically. Emotionally, in the way that we have all these wonderful things that we want to do, we cannot do. We are blocking, or we are blocked from having money flow, relationship flow. We have problems with attracting the right people, and we also have physical problems. Every emotion, and I explain it like this. If an emotion is first in our energy body, and when it is manifesting, then it appears as a physical problem, a pain, a disease in our physical body. And this causes problems then immediately or decades later when it is manifested. So it's quite interesting, this field, and I would love to talk more about it, but I'm too fast. But there is, just give you today a short idea about these things. So, my dears, trapped emotions. What is a trapped emotions? It's a ball of vibrating energy. And we call them also thought forms. We call them thought forms. And these thought forms, and they're like in the early 19th century, there was a psychic, a guy in Britain, he called Charles Leadbeater and Annie Besant. They wrote an incredible book where they also published how these emotions look like. They could see that when people were like sending hate out, that had a special energy. Fear has an energy, and it affects us. Our emotions are affecting our emotional body, and later on also our physical body, but also the emotions from others. So basically, the normal human being, we are running around in an energy field, and we have all these trapped emotions that, we don't know why things are happening to us, but these emotions are causing that. And Dr. Bradley Nelson, he said, the normal human being has hundreds of trapped emotions over a lifetime, but once we start peeling them like onions, there is very quickly we can get rid of these tremendous problems. So the trapped emotion, that the causes and problems that the trapped emotions cause, because they are imbalance your energy, they cause emotional and physical pain, and can morph into diseases. So, I'm getting so fast. So physical problems, for example, just to name a few here: aging issues, asthma, autoimmune issues, back pain issues, everything. All of these, what you see here on this chart, is just a little outline of how trapped emotions not only affect, your vibration and what comes into your life, but also the problems that can cause on a physical level. Emotional, mental problems. Here we have some anger, anxiety, depression, eating disorders, loneliness, self-esteem, mental issues, nightmares, paranoia, stress, suicidal thoughts. All this can cause emotions. And I have experienced that you can turn this around. The more you have, the more you create. Turning things around by releasing those emotions is the key of abundance, and getting rid of these blocks is absolutely an amazing experience. And for me, from my point of view, it's a life-changing experience, because we can do so many positive affirmations and so many meditations and so many this and that. But if you cannot help you moving forward. So you are seeing still my initial slides, I see.
Yes, Petra, the slides are not moving, so I don't know if you've...
Why are the slides not moving? Okay, let me quickly take a look.
Did you start presentation at the bottom?
Yes, I did. Okay, let me see. Slideshow, play from start. And now let me share. Oops. What do you see now?
So then you have to go to the top. It's a swap presenter mode. I think there's a setting, because we see the title slide and then your next slide. Yes. Okay. Now
so
click through.
Okay. So this is then I'm sorry, something happened. So this we walked through the state of your abundance, habits and feelings. We walked through this, and you became clear that what is your state. Difficulties, out of state, hopelessness.
They're beautiful slides.
If you experience one or more of those problems on a level 4 to 10, we discussed that, you have a lot of issues coming in. We have to understand energy is anything. So I'm clicking through. You up your energy body, energy matters. What is blocking your abundance, your vibrations and emotions, vibrational issues. So this is all we discussed. And what are the emotions? We discussed this too, that we are getting trapped. The trapped emotions are blocking us. So let me see. So we have the emotional baggage, and we want to get rid of that emotional baggage. And the double-edged sword, emotionally, physically, and can cause now problems immediately. And now I'm just going quickly through. So trapped emotion is like a vibrating energy ball. It's an orange or cantaloupe size, and most people have hundreds, and they really cause problems because imbalance of energy and symptoms of pain, emotional issues, and so on. They can morph into real severe diseases. Dr. Bradley Nelson, just to make a side note here, Dr. Bradley Nelson, he discovered something that we call the heart wall. This is a subconscious, our subconscious, when protects our heart from breaking, and almost everybody on the planet has developed a heart wall. It's an energetic heart wall in front of our heart. And when it is not removed, because the subconscious body doesn't do this, it causes really serious heart problems. And all people that are heart problems have a heart wall. And this technique I'm working with and help people to also help themselves removing emotions. It is incredible how much this is releasing and taking care of issues that we have, of the physical problems. So I'm just clicking this through. So these are physical problems, and we have emotional, mental problems. Sorry for that didn't work before, but I'm going now quicker so that you get more of what I wanted to turn around. So turn it around. The more you have, the more you turn things around by releasing them. And we can find the trapped emotions, and we can release those trapped emotions, the underlying causes, everything what, for example, negative vibrations in our body always are caused by trapped emotions or other emotional issues, and we can expose them by asking the right questions and by looking in the right place. And when we look, and I repeat that again, the conscious mind is very limited. It's only 10% of our intelligence, and it receives input, analyzes, and decides. But the subconscious mind, this is where we have 99% of 90%, sorry, 90, it should be 90, not 99% our intelligence. It remembers, archives, knows what it's wrongs, and knows what you need. But the subconscious mind we cannot influence. Because we are influenced with our thoughts and emotions, and we can use a so-called lie detector to really get into removing and finding what is it, what the subconscious knows, and what is the difference between our reality, what we think is true, and what our subconscious knows, which is different. Is it a yes or no? We can detect if we are lying or if we are saying the truth. And this is a technique that uses muscle testing to access these information. And it's a very simple technique with which we can release and expose trapped emotions that are released in it. So the energy how can we release them? We can release the energy by intentionally releasing it. Energy follows thought. So in physics, we know magnetic energy, and we can release these trapped emotions intentionally with magnetic energy. And the science, they use the acupuncture system and the magnetic way we remove the trapped emotions and the underlying causes, everything but blocking you. We use also the knowledge of the acupuncture system. So what happens? We heal. Once we release these emotions, we heal, and it begins instantly and automatic, and it continues for 1 to 3 days. So you can be freed too of these trapped emotions. So it is easy. You can start experiencing your best life immediately, and I would love to help you with that. So let me get here out of the share mode. Am I back? Yes, I'm back. So coming back to your energies and how they work. The way you are experiencing lack in your life is determined by the energies and the vibrations that are blocked. So, and I would like to, talk with you a little bit what your experience is, what you experience, and if you have any experience with a kind of energy, and if you have blocked energy and would like to maybe to hear from one or the other, what are your thoughts on that? What is your experience? Anybody here that like to have has a question? Yes, it's Jewel. You want to unmute yourself?
I was going to say, Steve actually got his little hand up first. If you wanted to go to Steve.
I just saw yours popping up and then Steve. But whoever wants to start, please.
All right, if I go first then, Steve, you don't mind?
No, not at all. Go ahead.
Well, you know what I'm like, even if this lovely lady doesn't. My actual experience of this, I developed chronic fatigue syndrome along with, at the last track, over 30 different diagnoses of conditions. Mm-hmm. I'm a bit greedy. One condition wasn't enough, you see. I had to have lots of them, a little collection. I can honestly say that it's been whipped into shape since then. And I found that chronic fatigue actually gave me a fantastic opportunity because it enabled me to actually assess what was triggering it. And of course, chronic fatigue is all about energy, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Exactly. Or perceived lack of energy, which isn't true, but that's how it's presented. And I actually took mine all the way back to the very beginning of the initial trigger point, and then the subsequent conglomeration, the add-ons of events which reinforced those initial things from childhood. Mm-hmm. And I'm very gifted in regard to what people would call intuition, sixth sense, the esoteric, mysticism, whatever adjective you want to use. Mm-hmm. And I've also had that since childhood, and I've gone out of my way to develop it.
Wonderful.
and
That's excellent.
incorporated energy. So when you were talking, I was going, yep, yep. And I've actually found now your 4-step process is slightly more simplified than the one I went through. But I've now incorporated this into the book that I'm actually writing.
Wonderful.
So your work to me is sort of like very yummy. I'd like to keep in contact because it's lovely to meet other people who have the same kind of thinking processes. And believe me, where I live.
Absolutely. I'm sure that
unusual.
Olivia will be sharing my contact information in the chat very soon. Thank you very much, Jill, for sharing. And Steve.
Thank you.
So emotions are now one of my favorite subjects to talk about because I lived for a very, very long time with trapped emotions and really trapped creativity too. I was interested, your point that when we trap our emotions, we trap our creativity as well. For a long time, I put layer after layer trying to protect myself, trying to, be in a safe place. And I relied incredibly heavily on what I knew and what I could prove. So I went the way of numbers and accounting and all that type of thing, and I was pretty good at it. But it came at a terrible cost. It came at the cost of my creativity. It came at the cost of my voice. It came at the cost of my emotions, and it nearly came at the cost of my life. And it was by learning to process and to be with my emotions that so much opened up for me. What I had been so afraid of for so long that I, kept behind lock and key, when I finally began to express that. And it was interesting. One of the ways that I began to express was two things. One, I started to express my creativity through art. In fact, some of the first things that I did was create these masks like this. But I also did some painting. I did lots, started my writing practice, which is now a daily practice that I've been doing for, years and written millions of words. And it's all been really uncovering, removing the baggage, the results of the demolition that happened, and in coming to peace with both what people call the negative emotions and the positive emotions, the dark and the light, that I now, while I can appreciate that analogy of dark and light, negative and positive, I actually look at all emotions as being ultimately positive. They're just kind of assets and liabilities, or yin and yang, or whatever, but they're all useful. They all.
Yes, but however, all our emotions are triggered by our thoughts. So when we realize that, we can also change quite quickly and so easily. When we change our thought, we change our emotion. And that is where most people are trapped, that they are indulging in their negative emotion. Positive emotion, I would never switch around. But if you have this negative and you get into the depression, you get into the fear and you get into the anger. This is all also what I wanted to emphasize a little bit more, affecting your vibration. And your vibration is affecting what you attract into your life.
Absolutely.
Because abundance, money has a certain vibration, it's on a higher level. Relationships, when you want to attract the right people in your life. And this is where the energy work we are doing helps so much, because you don't need to go and dig deep into your past and go into your whatever you experienced. We with very simple inquisitive techniques with the subconscious, so you can pinpoint it and it goes boom, 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 and we can release it. And that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Can I just comment on what Joel put in the comments here in the chat? So one of the books I was books and TED Talks and so forth that have been instrumental for me was the work of Joan Rosenberg, who wrote the book and did the TED Talk, 90 Seconds to a Life You Love. That if you, rather than rejecting our emotions, rather than, resisting our emotions, just being with our emotions, even for just 90 seconds, that it can change that quickly. And we can go from cycling downwards, kind of going down the drain, to moving outwards and creating the life that we want to be living.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Steve. Maureen, you wanted to share with us something?
I have a question.
Yes.
Petra. So you say that because I understand energy completely, I get it. Truly believe it, embrace it. So when you're saying that you help individuals connect to those energies of those emotions and release it, what does that process look like? Because I do that, and I see the energies. This gift. I can see the energies attached to people's bodies. I can't see them in mine. I can't seem to see my energy field. I feel it on my body. I don't see it. So what's your process? Is it because...
Okay, as I mentioned before, I work in this particular process because I am an advanced panic and panic psychotherapy healer. I'm an intuitive healer. I'm a clairvoyant. I see energies as well. And 6 years ago, I learned about Dr. Bradley Nelson. He discovered the emotion code over 25 years. He developed that process. And he basically channeled the whole process and this amazing work of what he created. He created like a mind map where we really can go very, very deep. When you are certified, you have access to that map. But I also teach people to help themselves because it is preventative. So how it's working. But first of all, we are become aware of energy by connecting with the subconsciousness, and I can connect with anybody of you and anybody in the world, no matter where you are, and you know that when you work with energy, by the intention of connecting with each other. It's like the 5G and the internet. We are connected. We are all in that bubble. So we are connecting, and with muscle testing and the right questions that we ask to the subconscious, we are getting the informations. And then with the work that Dr. Bradley Nelson has, and the mind, the emotion code and body code system that he developed, I can go into the question and I'm asking, is it this, is it this, is it that? And he developed the emotion code chart. It's a chart where you have two columns, column A and B, and we have 6 rows, odd rows and straight in, and every row is linked to different organs and systems and to different emotions. So with the right questions and with the muscle testing, we go deep and learning and finding out what is the underlying cause, what is the emotion. Then with the right question, then we find out what age it is, what caused it, is it from the family, and things come up. And then we ask also if we need more information, we dig deeper. If not, we move forward, and then we can release it. And we release it with magnetic energy.
So how do you do that distance? I'm in Canada, you're in Germany, because I have been putting it out to the universe. I wanted to connect with a healer that does similar to what I do so that I can also heal some of my blocks.
Yes. So as I said before, we are all connected. And with our intention, and we are, my husband is since 40 years, he is an energy healer. And there are hundreds of energy healers around the world. We are connected. I can connect with you right now, and we can, if we had the time, and we can then really, I connect with you, and it's a deep process. Yes. I test. I can test with muscle testing if I'm connected with you, and then I have the immediately access to your energy body and can work in your energy body. It's immediately.
Yes,
it's no matter where you are. You could sit on the moon. I could help you.
I understand, and I get that because that's what I do. I can talk to people on the phone. I don't have to talk to them. Yes. They come to mind.
So and then Dr. Bradley Nelson, he works with a magnet. This is a special magnet.
Yeah.
With magnetic energy, and we have the main meridian on top And we are working with releasing the trapped emotion once we know that we can release them by swiping over the the main meridian and intentionally releasing it by the grace of God. Because we are only channels, it's not me doing it. There are higher forces that are helping us releasing that, and then burn it in the universal burning ground, so that it does not. And trapped emotions, we know they don't come back. What happens is once you start peeling off and getting rid of the emotions, you know, others appear, and then you can basically, it's a wonderful preventional work and releasing. It's an amazing work. So, and what it does with abundance and blockages, we can pinpoint directly positive vibrations. For example, do you want to be one of my quick guinea pigs? So that just quickly
put us together, I'm willing to do it.
Okay, so we have 10 minutes. If with your permission, I will be connecting with you, if that is okay. If you just close your eyes and say a quick prayer of grace and gratitude that we can connect together, and give me the permission to connecting with you.
You have permission.
Okay, and testing. Are you testable? Yes. Testing is. I'm connected. I'm Maureen. Okay, so I just I do it with fingers. Some people do it like this. Some people, when and if I would be right there with you, I would do it with your hand. You probably heard about kinesiology, muscle testing. So I'm asking your subconscious now about positive vibrations, and ask them if it is true or not. I'm asking your subconsciousness, I deserve to be happy. Is this true? Yes. It tests yes. I deserve to have abundance. Is this true? No. That's the first thing. You have a misalignment of a positive emotion. I deserve to have abundance. I deserve freedom. Yes. I deserve to choose what I do with my life. No. I trust my creative energy to bring me success and abundance. No. I'm okay with sending out my creative energies. Yes. I'm okay with creating energy, bringing abundance into my life. No. I'm okay with being successful. Yes. It is safe to be successful. Yes. It is safe to be visible. No. You see, I'm going through positive vibrations and see if they are in alignment or not. And we have already quite a couple of positive vibrations that are not in alignment. Let me quickly do a test on if we have the presence of negative vibrations. I'm still aligned with you. I'm asking your subconsciousness, I deserve to be poor. Is this true? No. I deserve to be stressed. Yes. Something is preventing me from receiving love. Yes. My energy is being drained, stolen. No. Something within me is tainting my ability to receive the fruits of my efforts. Yes. Okay. And then I have a whole list. If I do the evaluation with my clients, we go through the belief system. We go find out where is the discomfort level, something what I did before with you. And then I go very intensely into where are the positive vibrations that are in misalignment of lacking. We find that out with muscle testing, and it is a sure thing because your subconsciousness doesn't lie. So we found already a few positive misalignments. We found several negative misalignments. So then I also test, how committed are you to your abundance, to your freedom in life. I help my clients to find out what is their willingness to change, because often in their head they think, oh, I want to change. Yes, I want to do this. But then we test, and the willingness to change of the subconscious level is very low. But we can change that. My experience is when the on a subconscious level, the willingness to change is lower than 6. it will be hard. They will be also not be willing to remove their trapped emotions and have been healed and helped. They say, okay, I'm trying it on my own, which is 99% of the time not possible unless they know and learn and I can teach them how to do the emotion code. Then we also find out what abundance mode are you in. Would you be interested to know what is your abundance mode? Maureen? Sure. Okay. Abundance mode should be at 100%. And we test your abundance mode with your stagnant mode and your lack mode. So abundance mode should be at 100%. So I'm testing now, is Maureen's abundance code 100%? No. Is her mode under 50? No. Is it over 50? Yes. Is it over 60? Yes. Is it over 70? No. Is it over 65? Yes. Is it 66, 67, 68? So your abundance mode right now is 68. It should be 100. Let's test your lack mode. So we have the difference between 68 and 100 is 32. So is he lack mode at 32? No. Is it below? Yes. Is it below 10? Yes. Is it below 5? No. Is it 6? No. Is it 7? Yes. So your lack mode is 7. So we had 68 plus 7 is 75. So we have, 25 still we have stagnant mode. So we have to work to bring your 25% stagnant mode and the lack mode up to 100%. And this we only can do when we look what are the underlying causes and release these causes. And this we can do by tapping into your subconsciousness, asking the right questions and go step by step and releasing them. Does it answer your questions?
It does. And I want to do that. So I've got your contact information. I will
connect with me, schedule. And this is what my gift is for you today. I invite you to connect with me and do the abundance breakthrough evaluation. This is usually the first session. It's about 45 minutes to an hour to find out where are your issues. And this is normally part of my package. I'm giving it away for free right now so that you get an idea, get to know this. And I'm happy and invite you all to join this with you. And then I would love to help you to release this. Whatever is blocking you, whatever keeps the abundance out of your life so that you can write your book, get the impact in the world that you want, and attract the right relations, attract the right opportunities, and whatever makes you happy. And join me in living a life full of freedom, fulfillment, and fun. You see, I love my life. And everything what I do helped me to be there where I am now. And Susan, she knows a little bit more of me. So I would be more than happy to help you to get there where you want to be. Thank you so much.
Petra, very appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Petra, that was amazing. I love seeing those things in action, right? And those demos and processes, it's just eye-opening to witness. I did have one question for you about group exercises. Do you perform that in a group setting at all, or is it more just one-on-one?
No, this is what I do is I'm offering very soon. I will have a free course on self-healing with the emotion code and explain those techniques. But these this we need to do one-on-one. It is something what one needs to do because one taps into the individual person and in the individual subconsciousness. In a group setting, we heal and we work on ourselves. I show people in the group setting how to deal that on themselves.
Wow, so cool. So cool. And a word that you said just now just really resonated with me, which is channeling. And I think, we are all channeling. The fact that we are this spirit house in this body is a form of channeling. And the fact that we can have ideas for our books, something in our heart song, and then manifest that into a physical entity, right? What Susan so beautifully presented this morning is an act of channeling too.
Yes.
And so
No,
it doesn't
one
have to
thing
be
I
this
would like to say about channeling, because I'm very cautious about channeling, and I call this vertical networking. We are networking horizontal with human beings, but we do not network enough vertically and channel the higher aspects of what is available, what is possible. So this is also something, but not through the emotion code. This is something what I teach my clients as well. I just finished my signature course, the Jumpstart Your Impact Leadership, where I go very much in depth how to get connected with those aspects also of yourself and learn about the energy and how to draw down your creativity. You have to tap into it.
That's so cool. Oh, I just learned something new. So vertical networking.
Yes, this is my creation. It's like vertical networking. You can do it with meditation, with prayer, but it's very important that you work on it. It's a process that you work on it, and it's a certain levels of awareness, certain levels of how you connect. And it is a way your body, mind, and spirit is connected. Our soul is the mediator between our body and our higher self. So, and this is something, when we talk about channel, there are different qualities of channel, and you go and you go to a psychic, depending on what the level of clarity and I would say the vibration of that person is who channels. You get different kind of information because it draws different entities and different level of entities. My experience is trust and learn how to connect directly with your higher aspects and draw down the universal creativity and energy that helps you to get there with your book, with your life, with whatever you want to experience, and find your true purpose and fulfill it.
So beautiful. What a beautiful way to end this session. So unmute yourselves, please, and just give Petra a wrapping round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. I do see our speaker in the room.